All right, let's see. Let's see if we're live. That data mine coming out soon. Get ready, guys. We're about to find out everything about these new megas. We're going over some of the leaked designs. Just a leak that was circulating on 4chan. I think it came out last week. I did a stream about this last week, but I did get asked a few times if I would go over this again because I streamed it like last week at like noon or something like that. So a lot of people missed it, but there was a leak that was circulating on Twitter that stemmed from 4chan on like potential new megas, and it was different than the ones that we already saw. I don't know if it's real or not, but I finally decided to go back to looking at this because I saw that the trailer or like a new trailer came out for Legends ZA, and it had Amara, and the leak I was looking at, it was like it had Mega Auroras or whatever. So I figured we'd go over that and we'd see does it look believable or does it look non-legit. If you want to see the stream I did on this a while ago, I think it was on the 23rd of uh, September. So if you go back in my stream VODs, you can find it. We were going over some of these earlier on last week. But yeah, so I will be going over some potential leaked content. So if you don't want to see any spoilers for Pokemon Legends, I highly suggest you click off this stream and don't watch because I would hate for anybody to be spoiled that didn't want to be spoiled. That would be a shame. So do click off now if that's not what you're trying to get, you know? But yeah, Legends is coming out, so I figured I'll only be able to do like one or two more of these types of streams where we talk about, the potential leaked mons or what's coming. I even saw a Gen 10 leak recently on Twitter today. Um, and it had some of the most insane stuff I could have ever imagined. But I don't believe any of those Gen 10 leaks at all. Unless it comes from Sama, who is you know, a known employee of Nintendo. I'm not believing it. Nothing that could leak from Gen 10 seems possible to me. I just don't believe it whatsoever. But I don't know, we'll see. Are these the rest of the megas or just these more? Nah, the thing I'm about to look at is quote unquote the potential leaked mega XY dimensions Pokemon. Um, Hold on, let me just go alert the agency Discord that I'm live. Give me a second. Let me go post. Give me 1 second. Sama digging in the mines for the Gen 10 games. Bro, if Sama doesn't tell you, you can't believe it. Sama leaking those stoniest plains or something like that. What if Stonejourner gets an evolution? So you guys never have the abstract thought, and that's where you differ. That's where you differ from me, you know. All right, should I put on some background music? I mean, I could, but whatever. Hold on, let me make sure I can see the chat properly and everything. 1 second, gang. I just put a chestnut up here, as like the buffer, so people know when they're watching, like, oh, is this, they have a few minutes to realize that this is going to be potential leaked content. Anyways, this is what I was looking at from this tweet. So it got some traction. It stemmed off a Twitter post. I mean, 4chan post initially, but basically it was talking about the XY Dimensions story and then some of the potential megas. Apparently, this is the leaked list of the megas. So this is a greater look at what it is. Some crazy, crazy options here. I would say that this is probably 10%, 10%, 20% true max, just because they got some absolute weirdo picks like Pheromosa and Buzzwole. But I swear there's some picks that I feel like could be real. Like Zero Aura, we know Zero Aura, there's the potential because they said there was going to be a Mega Zero Aura in the initial leak. Has 4chan leaks ever been correct? Well, the initial Mega List leak from March has been correct. Slowking is peak blunder pandering by the league creator. That's true. Slowking is my favorite Pokemon. So the fact that regular Slowking could potentially get a Mega would just absolutely make my day. I made fun of Go-Go in the past because it's like, come on, man. What is Go-Go, you know? And I actually looked at Go-Go's stats and they're atrocious. They're Giga Dicks. Go-Go is really, really bad. It's not his fault though. It's a bad BST distribution, and then also the moves are kind of lacking. Like it has bulk up and milk drink, which that shit was tough like 5 generations ago, but that shit is not tough in big 2020. What year is it? Big 2025. We just can't do it. We just can't do it. Mega Komodo sounds like a threat. Mega Komodo sounds believable, right? Because so many of the so many of the pseudo legendaries have mega evolutions. So I just feel like my guy Komodo having a mega is not so far-fetched. We do not need Mega Komodo clicking Clinger Soul, but without an item, it might be harder for bro to turn into a true menace, you know? Hold on, let me put the poll. Wonder anyone here you'd personally be in favor of? Good question. Honestly, a lot of these are cool, but my favorite would probably be Mega Pheromosa and Mega Heliolisk. Mega Pheromosa because the idea of Mega Ultra Beasts is batshit insane, and I miss the Ultra Beasts a lot. They were a major part of Gen 7 and Gen 8, and so Gen 9 not having them really sucked. They would also be super sick in Gen 9. We got no idea what they would have ever been like, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Kartana with that Terra Grass would have been going stupid in Gen 9 OU. Would have been a good time. So yeah, Ultra Beasts getting any love is cool. Mega Buzzwole, I don't even know what to think about what Mega Buzzwole is going to be. That might be the best fighting type ever. Mosa, Game Freak likes to troll, so I could see, for Pheromosa, I could see Game Freak doing their classic troll, which would be like balance all of its stats, like drop the speed, drop the attack stats, put the defenses back up, just make that guy some bullshit. Then again, Megas do get plus 100 BST, right? So 680 BST. I think Ultra Beasts are 580, right? Or are they 590? Regardless, the Mega form will have a great BST. So, and then Heliolisk is just cool. Last time I was talking about this list, we were discussing how Heliolisk is the ultimate weather kind of guy, since it has dry skin, it has solar power, it has Weather Ball, Solar Beam, it gets Surf, right? Dude, the coverage on Heliolisk is sick. Speed stat is good. Special attack stat is pretty decent. Normal Electric is unique typing, but they need to change its typing. They need to go Fire Electric if they give this thing a Mega. A lot of these are pretty cool. Some of these are unbelievable, like Wishy Washy, because Wishy Washy would take a full repurpose. Because, you know, that thing is dependent on its ability, right? So it's kind of hard to be like, you know, Mega Wishy Washy in its current state. They would have to completely repurpose the Pokemon, or it would have to just be like a different form / ability of Wishy Washy. But hey, you know what? I'm not counting it out. Minior is another one, yeah, because of shields down. Mega Graplock looks like Davy Jones. So I was talking about Graplock last time, and Graplock's BST and stats are actually not that bad. I'm gonna pull it up. It doesn't exist in Gen 9, but give me a second. Let me hold on. Where's my... Okay. Let me pull up Graplock stats. This guy's pretty interesting, man. I'm telling you. Hold on. See, he doesn't exist in Gen 9, so we don't get a... I think he's only in Gen 8, but... See, his stats, except for the shit speed stat, which, of course, the shit speed stat is shit. It's not that bad, you know, overall. Like, the defense, the SpDef, and the HP, they're all workable. Ability-wise, I don't know what a Mega Form would get, but the attack is good, 118. And then it has this dumbass move, Octo Lock. Where is that move? Why is it in useless? I thought it was a shice move. It traps the target and then lowers their defenses. I guess it's not that shiced if it's usually useless. Anyways, this thing's bad, but with a mega, it could be a little bit less bad. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you that this guy's gonna be top tier, because he's not. But you know, he might be like a small B tier or C tier celebrity in his city. You know, that type of level. Don't expect anything crazy though, alright? Not everybody can be a champion all the time. I told you guys that many times. Some guys gotta just play their position. And I don't know if Graplock's position is gonna be flexing like that. Volcanion and Zero Aura getting megas. Let's talk about that, chat. Volcanion, you guys told me before that Volcanion's movie went crazy. It was like Oscar worthy or whatever. That's what I was told. And so I'm not too surprised at the idea of Volcanion getting one. Zero Aura getting a mega, I believe that completely because that was on the initial leak, which has been pretty accurate so far. And it just makes sense. It just makes sense. Shout out to Zay for the big dono. Much love. Blunder, I need you to live stream more ZA discussions. So goated for passing time at work. Phone in pocket, AirPod in. Listen to VOD. Shout out to you, bro. Much love. And yes, I will try to get a few more discussions. I know I haven't done this in like a few days, but I'll definitely do a few more. But we're going to get the data mine soon too. So tune in for that. In the next week or so, we're at least going to get like the base stats on the new megas and some moves and shit like that. It's going to be incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Huge shots to Zay. Much love for the dono. Blunder, the stats were leaked? No, not yet. Not yet. There was like this bullshit leak that Joey went over, but nothing concrete yet. Don't worry. We'll get the stats and everything really soon, because I'm pretty sure the game has already touched down in stores or something like that. Or I don't know. I heard something like that like stores have the games or whatever. Are these fake leaks or real leaks? These are like probably fake, but like they might be real. You know what I'm saying? We'll give it a 25-75 or a 30-70 split on the real to fake ratio. Some of these might be real, like Zero Aura, but then some of these are kind of hard to believe. I'm just going over it because the post itself, when I saw it on Twitter, it had a good amount of traction behind it, so I figured, you know what, it'll be good to talk about. But of course, take it with a grain of salt. This is just meant to be some fun discussion type stuff. I think people are LARPing. Games are supposed to hit stores next week or something. To be honest with y'all, I don't really know how it works. The whole like process of games getting data mined and like how much time usually happens between blah blah blah. Like all I remember is when Pokemon X and Y came out. Check it out. When Pokemon X and Y came out, all of that shit leaked like a month and a half before the games actually came out. So I remember we were playing on Pokemon Online Simulator. We were playing on the ladder and shit a month and a half before the games officially came out. It was super epic. And we had mad shit coded wrong too, but it was awesome. It was awesome. Mega Komodo. I don't know, man. This shit might be OP. Every single stat on Komodo is great. It has nothing lacking. And dragon fighting might be one of the best typings in the game. Period. Parental bond Dragapult. Mega Dragapult, I don't know if I believe. It does make sense because Pult is one of the most like loved Pokemon, right? And its plushie and shit sells crazy. But I don't know. I just don't feel like Gen 8 is gonna get anything mega wise. Huge shoutouts to Zay dropping the 5 members. Thank you so much. Zay dropping the dono and dropping the 5 members. Let me see some W's in the chat. Major shoutouts. And if you did get gifted a membership, make sure you join the agency Discord server. I would love to see you all in there. Mega Haxorus now. Stop trying to make Haxorus happen. Yeah, stop trying to make Haxorus happen. You know it's not going to happen. That was so agency of you, Zay. Well said. That really was. Huge shots to Zay. Thank you, gang. Hydreigon and Bax being the only pseudos without megas is crazy work. Yeah, and they're both amazing in base. Bax is broken as it is. But Bax just came out in Gen 9, so you can't expect it to get a Mega. Pult getting a Mega at least might make sense, just because they do have to give something from Gen 8 a Mega, in my opinion. But Baxcalibur getting one, that shit is not happening. That shit is not happening. It's from Gen 9. Hydreigon getting a Mega, I think it would fit well, because, you know, it's a cool Gen 5 guy. And we know a lot of Gen 5 Pokemon are getting Megas, because we already know on the actual, like, more or less confirmed leak Mega list. Let me find the leaked Mega list. Yeah. So, like, we know all of these guys are getting Megas, for example. It's about to be some shit. Sheesh. See, Zero Aura got scrapped. That's what it says here. That's why it's, like, grayed out. But we all know the truth. Real Zero Aura believers knew that Zero Aura was going to come back one way or another. And the whole thing was that they just had to save it for some DLC, which I totally understand. W business move, Pokemon. Well played. I still can't believe they're trying to make Pyroar happen. You and me both. Nobody knows why they're trying to make Pyroar happen. Somebody has to be like a top 5 executive at Game Freak that loves Pyroar. That's the only explanation. And they're shilling this shit because they have the power to do so. X and Y Raichu on here. I already ranted about Raichu enough over so many different streams. But Raichu is going to be dicks unless they break the 100 BST barrier or retcon the typing from electric only on both. But the fact that they already confirmed on the Pokemon website that both Raichus are going to be pure electric, I'm sorry to say, guys, both Raichu forms will be Cox and will probably be RU or maybe UU. But I'm telling you right now, they need to give it plus 200 because that pure electric shit they're pulling, knock it off. Knock it off, Pokemon. Knock it off. But hey, we'll see what happens. Don't cross your fingers, though. Stay safe. It's Gen 10. They're going to be PUBL. Dude, Lord knows what's going to happen in Gen 10. You know how Gen 9's whole focus is like these Proto guys and these Cork Drive guys? Do we think in Gen 10 that's going to exist the same way? Do we think all of those Pokemon are still going to have Cork Drive and Photosynthesis, and those are going to be elements of the game again? Or do we think they're going to get repurposed in Gen 10? I guess it wouldn't make sense for them to lose their ability, would it? I don't know, though. It just seems like a Gen 9 type thing, because it's like meant to go with Koraidon and Miraidon's ability. I guess we'll see. I would like them to have new abilities, though. I hate the fact that they all have the same lazy-ass ability that just gets their best stab boosted. I actually really don't like Booster and Proto and Cork. I think that shit's super boring. Just gives everybody that little, like, setup boost. This shit feels like an OM. We do not need Iron Hands with an actual ability. But what if they gave us some, like, mid shit, like Volt Absorb? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be something crazy. Volt Absorb would actually be nasty. I would Terrafly. Or Terra Water. And then wall everything. Wait, that might be crazy. Shout out to Taste of Painbow. Still no Mega Aegislash? Kind of bullshit, not gonna lie. Right? How come in both leaks so far, no Mega Aegislash? Come on, man. We know the Mega Aegislash is coming, right? I really would be shocked if Mega Aegislash wasn't a thing. It just fits. It just fits perfectly with everything that could happen in this game. And they kept on showing off Aegislash. So come on now. Let's go. Give Aegislash a Mega. Isn't Aegislash famous? You guys told me Aegislash was famous last time I asked. Because you gotta always ask about the Pokemon's approval rating. Of course, sometimes Pokemon will give randoms a Mega. Like Audino. You know. There are just some dudes out there, but Aegislash gotta be a favorite. Aegislash is an impressive swordsman. Mega Saucebook all 4 seasons. Do it now, Nintendo. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody wants Mega Saucebook Mega all 4 seasons. Me when I throw out the Mega Saucebook Winter. Shit. Name's too long to even fit. Mega Aegislash is in Pokken Tournament. Mega Musharna. Mega Musharna will be that'll be a sleeper pick. They don't really change typings on Megas either. So it's very rare, and even on the evolutions that we know are real. Let me find it. These, not too many different typings. I think Clef is Flying Fairy. The new Gator is Water Dragon. What else is different? Oh, Barbaracle is Fighting Rock, which is really amazing. Shout out to JJ for 25 months. Why is Buzzwole up there? Like he needs a boost. His big bag self needs to sit down. I also don't understand why Buzzwole would potentially get a Mega. That's one of the most unbelievable things on this. That 2 Ultra Beasts are randomly going to get Megas. And 2 of the GOATs. Well, to be honest, all Ultra Beasts are pretty good. Besides, like, Guzzlord's dumbass. And Nihilego is pretty mid. But I love that Pokemon. Little jellyfish shit. Little SpongeBob shit. Rhyperior getting a Mega without Magmortar or Electivire is heresy. But dude, you gotta remember. They always be doing that shit. Where they just give a random Pokemon Mega. Even if that Pokemon has like partner Pokemon or whatever. They don't always be giving it. Otherwise Slowking would have got a Mega. Because Slowbro got a Mega. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just assume that. Rhyperior getting a Mega would be pretty cool though. That's why I only think a few of these are real. We're getting Mega Cast form Saucebuck Rider with 16 possible form combinations of weathers and seasons. Thank you so much for that message, Alexander. Just lost 20 IQ. Shouts to Alexander for 19 months. Appreciate you. Mega Zero Aura as instant Ubers. Zero Aura stats are really good all across the board. 143 speed, 112 attack. Even the special attack stat is pretty good. I'm pretty certain. And the defenses are not bad. The HP is not bad. Zero Aura not making it into Gen 9 was kind of whack. Even though there's 20 ground types. I mean, look, Heatran made it back into OU, right? If y'all saw my usage stats video today, Heatran made it back to OU, even though there's literally 9 ground types. So that never stopped anything from being a threat. But the 2 premier electric types got nerfed from Gen 8. They got nerfed. They're not in Gen 9, being Coco and Zero Aura. I guess we do have Raging Bolt, which is a strong piece of shit, but it would have been cool to see how Coco and Zero Aura took advantage of Gen 9. Zero Aura might be bad, low-key. That shit might need Ice Punch. Dude, it's because Gliscor's back. It's tough for this guy to really have a job when Gliscor's bitch ass is running around trolling. Are these confirmed Megas? None of this is confirmed. This is just a potential leak that was circulating on Twitter and had a lot of buzz. None of this is confirmed. No. These are just leaks. The only confirmed ones are this list right here. This is confirmed more or less. Because this was all leaked in March, and like this list is 8 for 8 accuracy. So this is the confirmed one. I've gone over this many times. Huge shots to Taste the Painbow for the generous Dono. Appreciate you. Imagine Mega Paradoxes, pure nightmare fuel. Mega Paradoxes would be such bullshit. Then they would have truly lost the plot at that point. Would Coco be banned in Gen 9? I don't think so. I don't think it would be banned. I think it would be annoying, but I really don't think it would be banned. But it might be too warping for the metagame, so I don't know. Maybe it would be. No, it definitely depends. 690 BST Val is not good for the decade. Think about that 690 BST Iron, not Iron, Roaring Moon when I pull up to the function. But yeah, maybe they'd make like a... Actually, they might just ban Coco because, I don't know, maybe Coco booster spam or Coco cork drive spam would be too OP. Coco itself isn't broken, right? There's still so many ground types that destroy Coco, but it can pair up with all the cork drives. Then again, most cork Pokemon lose to my goat Clodsire, so I'm making the boss call and saying that if Coco was in Gen 9, it would not get banned. You can still take advantage of it the same way. Mega Musharna, Dark type from Bad Dreams, heard it here first. You think Musharna is going to be a Dark type now and have Bad Dreams? That would be pretty cool. I've showed Musharna stats before on stream, and they're actually not bad. Let me pull it up. Hold on, let me pull up bullshit Musharna's stats. It's a weird Pokemon though, I'm not gonna lie. But besides the speed, it's not that bad, right? Like the defenses are fine, the HP is fantastic. You can max the HP. Special attack's pretty good, and then it's getting a plus 100, so I don't know, man. It also gets Trick Room, right? This fat piece of shit has to learn Trick Room. Yeah, okay, cool. I don't know. Don't sleep. It's a shame that this is the one getting one and not Aromatisse, because Aromatisse is super tough in comparison. This would have been a way better Mega candidate, because this gets Nasty Plot. But that's really it. And I guess it's a fairy type, so it's better. This thing is bulkier, but whatever. Shout out to Musharna, I guess. Mega Dragapult will help complete the Pseudo Legendary Mega Pokemon collection. That's exactly what I'm thinking too. Which is why it feels sort of believable. And just because Gen 8, like I said, Gen 8 needs representation. Mega Dragapult, I think, would just get banned. I feel like that shit would be broken. But it depends. Maybe they just give it plus 20 to every stat, and they give it a shite ability, and it's still not broken compared to other Megas. Like Dragapult, if it got plus 20 to every ability, to every stat, I don't know if that shit would be broken if the ability was mid. Shouts to Taste of Painful for yet another dono. You the goat. Mega the Dunsparce, but it just gets a third segment. I heard a leak. I heard somebody saying some leak like that there's gonna be that there's gonna be a Mega the Dunsparce. Or not a Mega the Dunsparce, another Dunsparce form or something like that, but let's be real. They just gave that guy something new. Was Dunsparce popping like that before the Dunsparce? What pseudo legendaries are left with no Mega? Hydreigon, Pult, Komodo, Bax. What else? Chat, what else? Let me think. I just saw somebody in the chat write Goodra. And I honestly forgot that Goodra was a pseudo legendary. Because Goodra really doesn't feel like it has 600 BST whenever I use it. Major shouts to Derek for the 5 dono. Mega Serp gets Overheat, Draco, and Fleur Cannon. Trust. Can you imagine if they give us what we always wanted, which is the Grass Dragon Superior? Does Grass Dragon exist? Oh yeah, Sceptile's dumbass. But still, they could do it. Or they're not gonna give it Fleur Cannon, Grass Fairy. They're not gonna give it Fleur Cannon. Fuck out of here. But Mega Serp has to keep Contrary, because that shit's gonna still be buns otherwise. Surf is a Contrary merchant, but Loki, he's the goat of that Contrary merchant shit. All the other Contrary guys are whatever. Like Malamar, my friend Malamar, who's still gonna be mid, but whatever. Gujo was done dirty, should have been a water type? What do you mean? Being a dragon type is crazy. How could you ever say that a dragon type got done dirty? Dragon types be winning, bro. They're dragon types. They stay winning. You think Sceptile worse than Meganium? Fuck no. Meganium is buns. Well, Meganium's gonna be Grass Fairy in the new game, so it might low-key be better. Sceptile might get some new stuff though, because now that Megas are returning, some of them might get repurposed. Some of them might get new abilities, some of them might get new moves. Why not? It's been 10 years, and some of the old Megas never got used. So, we might see some new shit on the old ones. Who knows? It might just be small stuff, like moves or like abilities, but we could see some stats redistributed, like -5 to one stat, +5 to another. Blunder, are you serious? Dragon types are fucking mid now. The only good ones are carried by dual types, broken abilities, and high stats. Well, dude, no shit. Double typing Pokemon are better than single typing Pokemon. But when was the last time? When was the last time the pure dragon type was good, anyways? Like what? All the best dragons have always been dual type, and we still have goated dragons like Wake and Raging Bolt. When has the pure type like what kind of even discussion is this? Also, yeah, Druddigon is Shiest and he's pure dragon. Dude, dragons are crazy. This generation we got so many stupid fucking dragons, like Archaludon. Oh yeah, Regidrago, I forgot about him. I'm not even gonna talk about Haxorus, because Haxorus is dog shit. Haxorus is truly balls. I hate that Pokemon, man. Every time I use Haxorus, the ship's buns. I had a couple of times when I used it in Gen 8 and he was going crazy, but the few times I tried Haxorus in Gen 9, balls. Oh shit, did we get the data mine leak? No, this is just based on this tweet I saw going around last week of potential rumors of what's going to be the Megas in XY dimensions, so take it with a grain of salt. It's definitely not the data mine. When the data mine does come out, don't worry, I will be going live. We'll be going all over that when the potential real data mine comes out. The show should drop already. One of you should go take one for the team and get a copy of the game. Wonder how busted is Megapult gonna be? Let's just take a look at what Pult's potential stats could be. Personally, I think if the ability is bad and they don't go overboard with the stat distribution, there's a world where this thing is balanced. Because you gotta remember, like, dude, there are Pokemon like this that used to be legal, like in Gen 6 when I used to play. You know what I'm saying? And it's still legal. So there are Pokemon with 700 BST that do run around. Like, this is ridiculous. You would think this would get banned. And it did get banned in Gen 7. But in Gen 6, this still runs around. So anyways, let's say that it gets plus 20, so 140 attack, 95 defense, 95 speed F, 120 special attack, 165 or 162 speed, right? And then the ability is like still something mid. Then its best stat is 140 attack, and it has no item. Assuming the ability is mid, then that shit really might not be that crazy. But they always like animate Pult and show the Dreepies coming out of its head, right? Like those Draco missiles, Draco Dragon Darts bullshit. So maybe it'll have like, I don't know, maybe it'll get like a good physical attack boost, or maybe it'll get, I don't know, a lot of people think it's gonna get Parental Bond. Technician Dragon Darts, ooh, Technician Darts would be cold. Huge shout out to Taste the Pain Boat. the one timeline where Megapult is not busted is the one timeline the Avengers won. I'm just saying there's a way where this thing is not busted. It probably will be busted, but I don't know. If the ability's bad, then hey, you know, it could fall flat. Then again though, they just have to give it more than plus 20 attack. And I think they are going to give it a cool ability, because I can't see them doing a Mega Pult dirty. I don't know. I hope they make it broken, though. Fuck it. Don't make this shit weak. Pult is one of the GOATs. They need to give it the GOAT treatment. What do you guys think about Mega Reuniclus and Mega Slowking? Those slow psychic type guys. Been around for a minute, both of them. Does that seem believable? Slowking, I can kind of see because of Slowbro. Reuniclus is cool. I mean, it's kind of out of left field. I never thought about it getting a Mega or not. Mega Reuniclus gonna bring Trick Room back up. Yo, Reuniclus might be a great Trick Room setter. If its Mega form is bulky. What if it gets Regenerator as its Mega form? Because one of base Reuniclus's abilities is Regenerator. These are confirmed leaks? Nah, this is just something that was on 4chan circulating. These are not confirmed leaks, so take everything with a grain of salt. Reuniclus is strong but kind of frail. If it keeps unaware, it can be a beast. You mean Magic Guard? All of this guy's abilities are good. Magic Guard, Overcoat, and Regenerator. Isn't Reuniclus broken in Gen 5 OU? It's very good. It's not broken, but it's really strong. It's mad bulky. It is really bulky. Even when I was laddering in Gen 9 OU and I did that video with the offensive Trick Room Reuniclus, it was really tanky, and it was able to Trick Room on most Pokemon just by having max HP. Really bulky mon on both sides. The more I think about the Ultra Beasts potentially getting Megas, the more I sort of kind of believe it, just because Pokemon would do something weird, like only have 2 of them and not take all of them. They like doing that random stuff. They like, you know, they always do that. They don't always have to give a whole family or like Pokemon pair the Megas. So, I don't know. I think it's possible that maybe it's not even these guys, but maybe a random Ultra Beast gets a Mega. But Ultra Beasts already seem like a Mega Pokemon to begin with. So that's the only reason I'm like not so sure about them getting in even more roided up form. Buzzwole, huge beast boost power. Huge beast boost. Beaster boost. The worst timeline is Mega Zern getting Perma Power Herb as an ability. Oh yeah, let's talk about fucking Yveltal and Zern. 2 of the strongest Pokemon of all time getting Megas. But of course we're gonna get some Uber tier Pokemon with Megas. Because we did in Gen 6. We had so many Megas that were cover legendary quality. Right? Groudon, Ray, Kyogre, Mewtwo. Right? What else? Is that it? Or did we have any other like super Ubers that had Megas? I'm not talking Pokemon that got banned to Ubers, but I'm talking Pokemon that were already Ubers that got Megas. Or is it just those 4? Am I forgetting anybody? Yeah, so it's time for more guys. It's time for more Megas for Ubers, you know? Geomancy Pixelate Hyper Voice will save VGC. Get the fuck out of here. That shit will not save VGC. That shit will destroy everything. Correct pronunciation is Groudon. Fuck out of here. No way it's Groudon. Crouton. Shout out Taste the Painbow again. Thank you, homie. Even if Mega Slowking is ass cheekums, you know he's gonna be dripped the fuck out. I'm gonna be using him anyways. Slowking regular is my favorite Pokemon of all time. Glowking is alright. He's like chill. But Slowking is my all-time favorite. Blunder, I applied for a job that pays $62 an hour. Damn. I'm probably 3% qualified for. Can you be one of my reference sources? Let me know. I'm a loyal agent, please. Yeah, make sure you put me down. Make sure you put me down. I'm ready to lock in. I'm ready to work some magic. Jimothy said it's Groudon. It has to be true. He's pretty smart, so I would be inclined to believe him. Low-key chilling because all my goats are getting megas like Typhlosion and Mamo and even Rhyperior. Bro, all of my favorite Pokemon always get some fly shit. Like, the only one of my favorite Pokemon that hasn't gotten much fly shit since he came out was Reshiram. But I don't know what they could ever do, right? Some legendaries are just mid, and you just gotta hold that. But my other favorite Pokemon are Lilligant. Lilligant got an amazing form, the Hisuian one. Slowking. Slowking got a whole different form as well. So that's up there. Salamence. Salamence has Roaring Moon. Salamence has a Mega. So I won with that. So a lot of my favorites, they always get something cool. So I can't complain. I've been pretty much rewarded. Always remember, there are Pokemon that have been dexited from both Gen 8 and Gen 9. So every time you feel like your favorite Pokemon, you be bitching about how you didn't get enough, just remember, there are some guys out there that haven't got a chance to enjoy their favorite Pokemon since 2019, and that's figgity fucked up. That's fucked up. Sama, I told that on stream before. Sama made me realize that because I was bitching about one of my favorite Pokemon not getting enough, and he was like, bro, there are Pokemon that have been dexited 2 gens straight. There's some real crime going on, and he's right. We need Pansage Mega for real, for real. Pokemon knows that everybody shits on those monkeys 24/7. Pokemon keeps their ear to the streets. So I'm telling you right now, those goddamn monkeys, fucking Pansage, Panseer, and what's the other one? Simisear? Yo, none of them shits. Panpour? Sorry, Panpour, Panseer, and Pansage. Dude, those guys' stats are so fucking dumb too. Yo, let me take a look at those guys. I can't even tell you the last time I looked at those guys. But I remember in Gen 5 NU, the water one used to go kind of crazy. I'm not going to cap. This one right here. This shit gets Nasty Plot, Ice Beam, Grass Knot, Hydro. Nah, he low-key kind of like that. He low-key kind of strong. Look at this, Focus Blast. This shit gets Gunk Shot too. Look at that. Look at that very strong base 98 attack. This is the BST of a real fighter. Someone that'll really be there for you in the time of need. Look at this crazy move pool, G. Wow, awesome. This is like Greninja at home. Mom, we have Greninja at home. Sheesh. This is crazy. This is the worst message I've ever seen in the chat. Pan Cope, Pan Seethe, and Pan Mauled. You gotta go. You gotta go. We probably won't get Gen 9 Megas anytime soon, but picture this, Mega Annihilate. Hey, never say never. It could happen. Blunder, please inject more Mega speculation streams into my veins. Simipour carried my childhood Pokemon Black run. He the GOAT. Dude, it is pretty tough in that regard. Like, he's a good nostalgia pick, but all the sages, the pours, the seers, we're not rocking with them. We gotta leave them in the past. And by the past, I mean 2011, which is the last time these guys were used. That's just the reality of things, alright? I'm sorry, but it's time to make do with what we have. Alright, let me go back to the list. Oops. Samurott base is really bad. The move pool is horrible. The stats are pretty bad. But it's like a special attacker instead of a physical attacker. Actually, the attacking stats are swapped. It has a 108 special attack instead of 108 attack, which is what Samurott Hisuian has. Did I see the leaked picture of the character selection online? I did. What does that mean? Just that somebody does indeed have the game? Tell them to stop being pussy and to upload it for everybody to start data mining. Tell them I need to see if Mega Wishy-Washy is really real. We got Hisuian Samurott, give him the Mega Stone. Mega Hisuian Samurott? Go to hell. Hopefully we see Mega Electros soon. I know, right? We need to know what that Mega Electros design really looks like. This is going to be one of them ones. This guy right here is going to be one of them ones when he drops. This guy right here, man. We're going to find out about this guy in a week. Assuming that, you know, the data mine is on the way. But this shit's dropping soon. It's going to be amazing. Mega Eel. When I play Legend Za, this is definitely going to be on my in-game team. Ain't even a question. This guy's going to clutch. If they give Mega Gallade Sharpness, what other Megas do you think they're going to be getting? What other old Megas do you think are going to be getting new abilities? Shout out to Mikkel. Mega Ursaluna and Mega Crawdon, please. Mega Ursaluna? Are you out of your damn mind? Crawdon, I would really love to get a Mega. But I do think that the reason I think Crawdon is never going to get a Mega is because adaptability is already really good. And I don't know what they would do. But Crawdon's BST is below 500, right? Yeah, 468. So it's pretty shitty. So they could bless it. They could bless it with a Mega. As for Ursaluna, you're definitely on drugs. Because this guy's BST is crazy high. Let me go to Gen 9. What is this guy's BST? 550. Nah, and his stats are so crazy. Yo, low key though, you're spitting. We do need Mega Ursaluna. What's Blood Moon stats? Is it 550 as well? 555. Yeah, just for no reason they'd be doing some shit like that. What if Mega Ursaluna Blood Moon slid? Do you plan on streaming Za at all? Yes, I do. As long as my internet permits, I will be streaming Legend Za and getting it on October 16th. So make sure you all tap in for the Epic Agency Pokemon Legends Za-a-thon. It's going to be insane. I'm hosting the first Legends Za-a-thon of all time. Lock in. Shout out to my boy Taste the Painbow. For Gen 5, I think Agent Golurk deserves some love. Golurk, famously a Pokemon that can learn fly, despite not looking like a dude who flies. Golurk has a pretty good BST of 483. Great abilities, mainly Iron Fist and No Guard, because you can run Dynamic Punch and Stone Edge. But it has Poltergeist, it has Earthquake. I mean, it has cool moves. You know, Golurk's not bad. I used to run this in Emerald Rogue a lot, if you guys remember. You pre-ordered your copy of Za already? I'll probably just download it from the shop the day the game comes out, because otherwise it's not gonna come till night. I'm pretty sure if I buy it from Amazon or whatever. That bulk is awful. How is this bulk awful? 89, 80, 80. If anything, the typing is awful defensively, and it's really hard to tank any hits besides like a weak neutral attack. But it's definitely not awful bulk. Hit the Za button. Alright, I got y'all. Pokemon Legends Za coming out very, very, very soon. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Put that shit back, matter of fact. Alright. Shout out Mikhail again. Thank y'all for the love this stream. Are there any good Rhino Pokemon? Rhyperior. He is the evolution of the Rhino Pokemon. You want Switch 1 or Switch 2? I have a Switch 2. So I'm just waiting for this game to come out. I don't know what other game I would get besides this for the Switch 2. I guess when that new Smash comes out. But that new Smash is probably going to come out for the actual new system, not the Switch 2. But I don't know what fucking Nintendo's plans are. When are the stats dropping? Well, we were talking about it earlier, but stats maybe will come out next week because the physical game is now like sort of getting to streets or like to stores now. I don't know, something like that. Who do I main in Smash? Oh, dude, I'm bad at Smash Ultimate. I just be using whoever. I don't know. I don't think I have a main. I deadass be just using whichever character for fun. But I love using Wario when I play Smash Ultimate. I love using Wario. He's really fun. There's got to be more leaks somewhere. I was reading some other leak today that was like about Gen 10, but it looked so It looked like an abomination. Like, it looked like an absolute abomination as far as leaks go. Like, I'm not gonna say what we're looking at right now is the realest shit ever, but sometimes I'll look at a leak and I'll just be like, what are we doing? What are we doing? This sounds like I made this shit up in 8th grade. So sometimes you gotta take it with a grain of salt. But this one I like a lot just because it fulfills my personal bias. Nice Mega Auroras. Nice Mega Slowking. We need some SV Switch Wi-Fi battles. Do you guys like Sing Scarlet Violet Wi-Fi battles? I know Haydon posts those and they're really tough. They look really nice. I'm planning to at least post Legends and then when Champions comes out, I'll stream that. Champions is gonna have that BSS 3v3 ladder. I will be going to the top. Wait on it. All that Gen 10 shit is like 1% on the truth meter. Dude, that shit is not real. Mega Evoltol will save us from evil ghost and psychic types. Mega Evoltol definitely has a lot of potential. That could be one of the most overpowered Pokemon that is introduced. I'm pretty excited. Dark Flying, I was talking about it before. Dark Flying is one of the better typings in Pokemon, period. Like, it's really, really good defensively. And offensively, too. Dark got buffed like crazy in Gen 6, as we know. And then Flying is also really solid defensively. It doesn't have too many resistances. So yeah, a possible Mega Evoltol. Evoltol has a really good ability, though. I mean, same with Xerneas, but these guys having Dark Aura and Fairy Aura, therefore boosting their own stab. Yes, they boost the opponent's stab, but they boost their own to like crazy levels. Like, if you played Ubers back in the day, you know how annoying these guys were, especially Evoltol. Evoltol spamming like Life Orb, Dark Pulse and shit like that, you cannot switch into it. Sucker Punch, Knockoff, and then Oblivion Wing to heal. Evoltol was mad troll. So the idea of this shit getting a plus 100 BST, fuck out of here. But the ability it has to begin with is already really good, so I hope they don't change it. But maybe they won't change it, because these are like the abilities that the abilities that like covered legends have are pretty like unique to them, so they're not gonna change the ability like the way Kyogre and Groudon have the same. Then again, Rayquaza's got some absolute bullshit ability. That's strong winds, OP shit. What's Mewtwo Mega's ability? Does that shit have the same ability as base Mewtwo? What are the Mega Mewtwo's ability? I don't remember. Is it like Steadfast? Like, what is it? Unnerve? What do those two clowns have? Steadfast, right? Yeah, they got some clown abilities. Okay. Insomnia and Steadfast? Fuck out of here. Mega Walrein Slush for max agency points. Mega Walrein is something that I would have believed if they put in a leak and they showed it to me, because Walrein has been around for a while. Walrein's actually a pretty decent Pokemon. Like base stat wise, typing wise too. Water, ice types are cool. What the fuck does Mewtwo gotta sleep for? That's what I'm saying. Why the fuck does Mewtwo need insomnia? Nobody putting your ass to sleep, Mewtwo. They're gonna straight up try to kill you if they're battling against your strong ass. Talking about some insomnia Mewtwo. Fuck out of here. Nowadays, they can just give Pokemon 2 abilities like Calyrex. Don't even get me started on that as one bullshit. Might just supercharge their abilities like make Fairy and Dark moves have no effect. Desolate Land style. They could do something like that. I don't think they will. I feel like they would just keep those two. Walrein goes Pseudo with Mega. Honestly, let me bring up Walrein's stats so you guys can see. Because this Pokemon, I think its BST is like mad high. I think it's like 530 or something. Go to National Dex. Yeah, see, look, 530. See, this guy's stats are good. Like, look at this shit. He low-key underrated. He low-key misunderstood. Thick Fat. Surf. Ice Beam. Little Earthquake action. Icicle Spear. This shit got Swords Dance too. Damn. A lot of people not respected the tank. Lapras Mogs. Lapras is cocks. Stop glazing Lapras. I hate that shit. Walrein is much more tough than Lapras. Yawn in there too, tough. Too bad you can't yawn anymore. Shout out Taste the Painbow and shout out Mikhail. Much love, homies. Let's talk about mythical megas. Imagine shit like Darkrai or Melmetal getting that shit. Mega Melmetal. Fuck out of here. Give Empoleon a mega. His stat distribution is bad. Hold a grudge against him for Gen 4. Well, I'm of the opinion that all of the Gen 4 guys deserve megas. And the fact that there has been no leak showing these as megas makes no sense to me. These guys are absolute stars. Everybody fucks with these guys. At least I fuck with these guys. All three of them. These are my favorite starter Pokemon, period. I don't know why they're not getting the megas they deserve. Or we need alternate forms. But something's got to drop for these guys. Come on. Everybody wants the Mega Infernape and the Mega Empoleon. Empoleon did get some cool stuff in Gen 9. Mainly Roost. Which finally made it kind of viable in general. Infernape is definitely due for an overhaul. Because this shit has gone out of style very quickly after Gen 4. Because it was too weak to hang. So, come on, man. Why does Nintendo hate Gen 4? Chat, does Nintendo hate Gen 4? Do I have to step in? Let me know if I gotta step in and make a decision. Let me know if I gotta do something about it. Empoleon finally getting competitive instead of Defiant as an ability was huge. Wait, that is a really big one. I forgot that it used to have Defiant. They used to make that guy pretend to do Swords Dance bullshit with Defiant. Why did they even have Defiant? Competitive was really fun. Empoleon with competitive was low-key funny in the webs, but hashtag hate fucking ground types. Wait, I actually lost to a guy that had an Empoleon. He had a webs team with Empoleon, and then he had Cinderace to court change the webs back onto his side. And then his Empoleon with competitive went stupid against my team. And the shit had Vacuum Wave. So it killed something on my team with that too. It was crazy. It actually fucked me up so bad. I was shocked. I was beyond shocked. It was pretty sick though. Bro set up the sticky web just to put it back on his side. Give his Empoleon steroids. But yeah, I mean, all these guys have pretty good BSTs. Right? It's like what? 520? 530? Torterra's distribution's probably the weakest. Just because the speed's just absolutely fucking awful. But Shell Smash is great. It wouldn't be too hard to make this thing better. 56 speed's pretty bad. I mean, Empoleon speed sucks balls too. Infernape's like the most balanced. Infernape's like just has like the prototype Pokemon spread. You know what I mean? Man, this shit sucks. I want to look at Melmetal real quick. 600 BST. It's crazy how this guy's built. It's actually nonsense. Torterra needs filter or solid rock. They would probably end up giving it something like that. I think they should give it like sheer force. Then again, I don't even know if it even has moves to take advantage of sheer force. I don't think it really does. Why Infernape got the same stats as Simipour? Low-key do, right? Low-key got the same stats. That's what I'm saying. If they dropped the Mega Infernape, they would have to go 50 plus speed and then like 50 plus attack. Torterra with Magic Guard for no fucking reason when. Does this guy look like a Magic Guard Pokemon? Does this look like the type of Pokemon that would enjoy a nice Magic Guard? Let me look up all the Pokemon that have Magic Guard, matter of fact. Clef, Zam, Reuniclus, Sigilyph. Alright, so you basically have to be a Psychic type. Or you could be Clef's Fairy bitch ass. Damn, they don't give Magic Guard out at all. Imagine Mega Melmetal still won't save you from Pex. Mega Mel would actually be so overpowered if it kept Iron Fist. Because Melmetal doesn't need an item most of the time anyways. I'd be letting that shit get knocked off when I was playing in tournament and whatnot. So I actually think that shit would be unbelievably broken. Mega Mel. Because I think it would keep Iron Fist. It should get Steelworker though. What do we think of Mega Gothitelle? Do you guys think that's believable? Goth has decent stats. I can see the Psychic Fairy Goth being the new type. Goth is a 3-stage evolution, correct? Right? Gothita, Gotharita, Gothitelle. Psychic Bug Gothitelle? Yo, can you imagine Psychic Bug? Where did you pull that from? I think it's gonna be Psychic Dark on some crazy shit, or Psychic Fairy. It really could be. It really could be anything, but I do think it's gonna be dual typed. Psychic Dark makes the most sense, maybe. Mamoswine, I don't know why, but Mamoswine I don't believe is actually getting a Mega. Something about that shit. I don't know. Just popped in. Are the Pokemon on screen confirmed to have Megas? No, they're not confirmed. This is just a leak that was circulating on Twitter. So take it with a grain of salt. Nothing here is confirmed at all. And it has a big chance that it could be fake. Shout out Notorious Dre Day. Much love for the dono. What's better, new type or the mechanic of 5 moves? 5 moves is crazy. I will say though, the last time we got a new type is the only time we got a new type, right? Which is the fairy type. And that was one of the most game-changing things of all time. But having 5 moves is like way too ridiculous. There's a reason 4 moves has always been the standard. 5 moves would make some Pokemon way too broken. Because think of every Pokemon that runs setup. Now they get an extra coverage move, or they get an extra recovery, or they get sub, or they get this. Or like it's too nasty. Dark and Steel was in Gen 2. Oh. Yeah, but you know I'm not talking about that old shite. But thank you for telling me that. You guys are right about that. Blunder, I'm so scared that Mega Scarm is going to be worse than Base Scarm. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be tough, right? Because Base Scarm is such a fucking legend already. But from the description of Mega Skarmory, right, we know this guy's going to be super fast. He's all gold plated and shit. I don't think they're going to fuck it up. I think they're going to redistribute the stats. I think it's going to get minus 30 defense. It's going to get redistributed to speed. I don't know. Don't worry about Scarm. I think it's still going to be good. They should give it good as gold. They need a troll. Blunder, I would give you 10 subs for a Gen 1 or 2 tournament review stream. Bro, but I'm not that knowledgeable. I would hate to do a tournament review stream and give you guys a low quality competitive narration. I would hate that more than anything. I would be ashamed to drop something like that. Gen 2 I at least understand pretty decently though. Gen 2 I have a pretty valid understanding of. It's not that hard to understand. Gen 1 though, that shit's so boring to me. Unless it's like my teammate for a tournament playing. But Gen 2 I can at least understand the sequencing and whatnot. I be staying in. I be calling them double switches with my Raikou. I be spamming that thunder. You got to tell me which tournament, bro. I'll tap in one day. One day when I'm streaming tournament this week, I'll tap in. Probably on Sunday. But anyways, don't fret. Whoever was telling me that they hope Mega Scarm is good, stop worrying. Mega Scarm is going to be absolutely incredible. It's not going to be washed. It's going to be one of the better Pokemon. Seriously, trust me. Mega Scarm won't be bad. Just like Mega Starmie, aka Patrick Starmie, is going to be one of the leading Pokemon. One of the leading Megas. Would like to see another Gen 3 video. It has been a while since I did a Gen 3 video. That was a lot of fun the last time I was laddering. Barbaracle with rock fighting Shell Smash. Barbaracle is going to be a problem, low-key. Rock fighting is on Tarak. Do we have any other rock fighting types besides Tarak? I'm trying to think. Nothing's coming to my mind. Do we? Either way, rock fighting is really damn good typing offensively. Very, very hard to check with any Pokemon. Usually it's going to hit every Pokemon neutrally, unless you're like Golurk or whatever the fuck. The point is, though, Barbaracle with Shell Smash, Rock Fight typing is going to be really damn strong. Because Barbaracle's stats are already really good across the board. And the speed is passable. So as long as they don't nerf the speed, and they're not going to nerf the speed, they're going to raise it a little bit. Barbaracle's going to be a problem. Rock plus anything is low-key slept on. Dude, Rock is one of the better offensive typings in the game, so it's a shame that it's so fucked defensively, but we just gotta deal with that. Let me actually look up Barbaracle's stats again. See, his stats are all pretty good, besides the special attack and the speed. But the speed, you only really need to give like plus 20 for it to take the full advantage of the speed tier it could get to with Shell Smash. And the defenses are not bad. I mean, the HP is not great, and the Speed F's not great, but, you know, it's not going to get O-code by like a weak neutral move. And the Fizz Def is good enough to live. Like, whatever. But yeah, don't sleep on Barb. This guy's coming in hot. He's ugly cool. Have some respect. I feel like the reason rock types are so ass defensively is because the Spadef on all of them is ass. Garg is good because the Spadef isn't ass. You might have cooked with that because Tyranitar is also good because this Spadef is so good. Yeah, you might be right. Maybe rock types are just shite because their Spadef is so terrible. There's like a few that get away. Like Diancie, this a Mega though, so that doesn't count. Ogerpon Cornerstone is okay in OU, but it's not like crazy. Glim is great. Then you go to lower tiers. You get a bunch of bullshit. Like Lycanroc. Get me out of this hell. At least they didn't go to Bruxish. First off, I love Bruxish. Alright? Real ones know that I'm a huge Bruxish fan. No hating on Bruxish around me. Come on, man. If Bruxish got a Mega, I would have been the happiest guy ever. Or at least an evolution. At least something. I'm a big Bruxish fan, though. Real ones know I love Bruxish. Crunch. Psychic Fangs. I'm in there. Poison Fangs. Ice Fangs. I'm in there. Does this shit even get Poison Fang, or did I make that up? I thought it did. Oh, it does get Poison Fang. Boom. I'm telling you, man. That strong-jawed Bruxish. That ain't nothing to fuck with. You are one of them freaky fans? No way, Bruxish. I'm not a freaky fan. I'm just a fan. Travis Scott ass design. He do look like Travis Scott. He do look like Travis Scott designed him. He look like he'd be on them new Nikes. I love Mono Rock, and Mega Tyrantrum goes so hard. Tyrantrum potentially getting a Mega will do a lot. Like that will be one of the way better Mega types or Mega Pokemon. Provided the speed gets any tangible buff, which I think it would. Drake and Jaws, I remember that was a tough nickname. Tidal Fangs, them Aqua Fangs. I know the Mons on screen were rumored to have Megas, but now that people have the games early, do we know if it's true? Well, the ones I'm looking at are just rumored recently, more likely than not true. But these leaks right here are like 99% confirmed to be true and will be the new Megas in Legends, unless Game Freak did like something crazy and changed everything up, but they didn't, because all of this has bit by bit been confirmed as true over the last few weeks. So this stuff is real. I still can't believe some of this is real, like Mega Dragalge. It's time. And Mega Zygarde with that the cannon. Mega Frostlass looks so elegant. It does. I mean, these are all fan drawings based on just the description from the leaks, but yeah, I'm sure it's gonna look pretty elegant regardless, because Frostlass itself looks pretty sleek. I love Frostlass. I cannot wait for that thing to get a mega, and I really hope that it's something super strong, super OP. When me and Joey were doing the video ranking the megas and on their potential, he kind of convinced me that Frostlass might be mid, just because Frostlass's offensive stats are really middling. Defensive stats are bad too. It basically is just all in speed, so it's gonna need a fantastic ability to kind of hold its own. Otherwise, Frostlass, that shit might be RU or something. Frostlass will be ass. Sorry, yeah, I know, man, I know. But you don't gotta say that. Also, if you're watching and you haven't liked the stream yet, do me a favor real quick, chat, and like the stream. Let's get to 300 likes real quick. We need this VOD period to be at 1,000 likes. So if you're watching and you got this far, make sure you do give this a like real quick. Appreciate y'all. Blunders, do you still have the live Wochen reaction? What do you mean the live Wochen reaction? You mean the clip? You mean the clip of the snail doing the 360? Of course I do. Of course I do. I don't know where it is though. I think it's on my laptop, on my desktop right now. Frostlass gonna at least be as good as Weavile minimum. That's a heavy claim, bro. Weavile's insanely good. Frostlass might be cheeks. Mega Chandelure, everyone is just kind of crossing their fingers that Mega Chandelure has Shadow Tag. Mega Frostlass legit has ass in its name. That's not fair. That's like if I said Mega Metagross is bad because it has gross in its name. Get the fuck out of here. You hating. You hating crazy. Blunder, can you hit the ZA button for the one time? I don't know. Do you have ZA button money? You have ZA money for me? For me to sell you the ZA? Alright. I'm a charitable man. Matter of fact, you get the crazy one with the black guy. Mega Slacking? No, fuck Slacking. Mega Pyro is still the greatest abomination of all of them. This Mega Marge Simpson Mega Marge Simpson bullshit. This is still the most unexplainable shit of all time. Why is Game Freak doing this? Oh, this isn't Game Freak. I gotta stop hating. Right? This is what's it called? Some other company. I don't know their name. I was trying to think, but I literally don't know. Let me look up shit Pyro stats. And Pyro speed and special attack. I don't even want to look at this Pokemon. Shit gets me mad just looking at it. Isn't there a female version also? Is there? Oh, the mini sprite changes. Doesn't look like the actual one changes, but that's pretty interesting. Do the abilities change? Depending on the gender? No, it's the same shit. Alright, this is the worst Pokemon ever. Shout out to Pyro, man. I just pissed myself off looking at it. 2 Evos for Pyro. That shit comes from which Pokemon? Litten? Litleo? Or is that Incineroar? Litten is Incineroar. I don't know. Litleo, right? Okay, I remember now. Did you see the in-game clip of level 52 Gyarados Surf doing 20% to level 27 Houndoom? Hey, bitch. You gotta be lying. Also, Legend ZA has a different mechanic in terms of how damage works, because they got all that strong style, agile style bullshit. So stop hating. We'll see. That is pretty concerning though, I'm not gonna lie. The idea of a level 52 Gyarados. Shout out my boy Taste the Painbow. Reggie Megas, all Reggies fused together, 120 in all stats, still has slow start. Don't do that. Regigigas itself has what? 680? 670. Regigigas, if it ever just had its ability taken off, would be amazing. But I don't know if they would ever do a Mega Reggie. I think that is past their pay grade, especially because they just gave us new Reggies in Gen 9. All Reggies are 582, so they would all be broken. Like, can you imagine some thug like Regice getting a plus 100? The Reggies in Nature Swap were brazy. Oh, they were going so dumb. Assault Vest Regice in Nature Swap. Give Gigas huge power, Game Freak. Yeah, I cannot believe that this is the set that Regigigas uses to ever have any utility in any metagame. Like, there's just no way that this is what this guy is forced to do. And you have to hope to get away with this for mad turns. This is what people use when they try to make Regigigas work, because otherwise you can't cheese the 5 turns. God, this is so sad. This is so sad that this is what happened to Regigigas. I told this story on stream a couple of days ago, but I sold my friend, not sold. I traded my friend when I was a kid. I traded him my Kyogre for his Regigigas because I saw the Regigigas' stats and the attack stat, and I was like, nah, this shit is so crazy. And then I got the Regigigas from him, but then it was doing no damage and it was slower than everything. And I googled what slow start did, and I was like, fuck. But we were kids, we didn't even know what, like, you know, abilities were like that. But I knew there was something wrong with my shit, because I knew from the stats were so high, but the shit was so slow and the shit was doing no damage. So I was like, bro, what the fuck's wrong with Regigigas? I finally googled it. My world came crashing down. I was like, why would they even design a Pokemon like this? I was like, fuck you, Game Freak. You fucking trolled for no fucking reason. Nah, it wasn't even a scam like that. Trust me, it wasn't even a scam. He didn't scam me. Maybe he low-key did scam me. Should I spin back? Should I get it back in blood? Fucking 20 years later? You're right. It's not enough just to get it back. I gotta take his life. Alright, I'll report back in due time. Somebody's gotta pay. Nobody robs me. It's been 30 years, Grandpa. Yo, chill, bitch. That shit didn't come out 30 years ago. 20 years of slow start is over. Bro fell to his knees when he saw slow start. That shit was scoring. That shit was so sad. Somebody sent 5 members. I can get over this. I got jugged. In Legends, there were no abilities, but they still had slow start. My boy told me today that 10% of the abilities that we saw in Legends Arceus for the Hisuians ended up being legit. So all of the abilities we end up finding out for the new Megas in Legends ZA will probably not be legitimate. So until Champions comes out, we probably can't really believe any of the stuff. Ability wise, base stats we'll know for sure, those don't get changed, but we can't believe any of the abilities more or less, or trust them, I guess, fully. Blunder, your videos have an AI voice when watching them in another language. Do you know how to disable it? No, I've actually seen a couple of comments about that. How would I go about disabling that? Why is YouTube doing that shit? Why is YouTube pretending that? I saw somebody send me a Twitter video of that. It was like somebody talking in Japanese, and that shit did not sound like me, but whatever, it's crazy AI. YouTube gotta pay for that shit. Fucking AIing my voice. Crazy. We should be able to see abilities with Pokemon Home. You think so? Anyways, I'll turn off that dubbing after this. Appreciate y'all. What else is on this list that we haven't gone over? I'm not going to talk about Mega Go-Goat, because Go-Goat I already told y'all before, that shit's ass. Mega Typhlosion going water fire. Mega Typhlosion is for sure staying water. I mean, no, not staying water. My bad. Staying fire type. I don't think it's gonna get any dual type. We already have the fire ghost Typhlosion if you want that dual type Typhlosion nonsense. I get my goat and go. Hold on. Hold on. Let me take a look at Mega Mammo's potential. Because I do like to make fun of Mammo, but I don't know why I don't believe in Mamoswine getting a Mega. It wouldn't be the most crazy thing in the world. This thing is a fan favorite. Ice Ground is the greatest offensive coverage ever. This guy got completely replaced by Kyurem since Kyurem just runs Earth Power plus Ice Beam. It's a shame how much this guy fell off over each passing generation. What ability would bro get? I don't know. Fuck it, give him adaptability. Imagine adaptability on Earthquake, Ice Shard, and Icicle Crash. That guy would be a fucking monster. Oh yeah, he got replaced by D-Knight, who runs Ice Spinner and Earthquake as well. Like, literally, he got replaced by D-Knight. He's getting slow start, you're getting banned for saying that shit. Talked about Minior already? No, we haven't talked about Minior's weird ass. That shit's not getting a Mega. I refuse to believe it. They need to give this guy like DD or something, bro. They need to give Mamoswine just a good ability. These abilities aren't bad. Oblivious makes you immune to Intimidate. Thick Fat makes Fire and Ice half. Like, these aren't bad abilities, but we need something offensively inclined, not this bullshit defensive shit. So yeah, this guy needs adaptability or something. And then Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, EQ off the Mega will go dummy, especially because the attack will be like 170. I think that's the best way that they could do Mamoswine, because Mamoswine's BST is what, 530? Yeah, it has a good BST. It can tank physical attacks pretty well. Special attacks, it doesn't really tank well. 60 Spit F sucks, even with the 110 HP. And it's also weak to a good amount of moves, like fighting moves, water moves. So, you know, you gotta hold that. But Minior? Chat, why does chat want me to bring up Minior so bad? Minior is so strange. You be getting the job done though. You be getting the job done. Did I ask this before? Is Minior popping like that in Pokemon media? What's Minior's story in the movie? Or in the movies and in the anime? Do they show him off like that? Is he chill like that? Or he doesn't really get showtime like that? And this is a psyop. He gets killed in one episode? What the fuck? What do you mean he gets... Rayquaza snacks on him? What? They got some freaky shit going on. Shout out Taste the Pain, boy. The Mega Minior that killed Mammo. Damn. That's not happening though. So it gets eaten by Ray in the anime. We got a leaked source. It's just, I found it from Twitter. I found it from this tweet, from this account, Hidden Power Pod. It was circulating. Had some traction. But it said that this first came from 4chan, so you gotta take it with a grain of salt. Minior is not one of the ones I believe, Minior and Wishiwashi, unless the Pokemon gets fully repurposed. Which I guess they could do, but I like the gimmicks that both of those Pokemon have. Especially Wishiwashi's. So I don't believe those two. Damn, we getting Mega Raichu? Why is the Mega on this? Nah, chill. I feel like there's a lot of not cool motherfuckers on the top. Relax. Those are the X Megas. I have high doubt in this list. I don't know. I believe some of the stuff in this list, and then some of the stuff is pretty hard to believe, like the Ultra Beasts and that type of shit. But like Zero Aura, I believe. And then I think all starter Pokemon are gonna get Megas. I said that before, but I do think all starter Pokemon are gonna get Megas, bit by bit with the DLC. But we'll see. Wonder I'm dying. What medicine should I ingest? Oh shit, you're goobed. I'm not no doctor, bitch. And I won't be found liable for your death because I told you to drink some bullshit. But anyways, go get you some orange juice type shit. That's usually my favorite. But yo, if you croak, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Dive type shit. Call Poke MMD, medical doctor, bitch. Blunder top in rank 1 with Mega Musharna. I'm fucking scaling the ladder with Mega Musharna. Fuck what you heard. Real Dream Eater only. Real Hypnosis only. He's allergic to oranges? Alright, shit. My bad. I didn't mean to kill you, bro. Watch Heliolisk become Regenerator Shedtail V2. Yo, I didn't even notice that Heliolisk's tail is really crazy like that. Could it be? Could it be that this guy ends up being just a shed tail guy? The stats are low-key great. 109 speed, 109 special attack. The special attack's workable, hits 317. The first 3 stats are fucking awful, but when it gets plus 100 and the last 3 get buffed even more, it's honestly decent. What abilities do you guys think this would get as a Mega? Something to take advantage of the weather somehow? Because, right, it already has Dry Skin, Sandville, and Solar Power. This guy's always been like a very... like, it can be used in all weathers type Pokemon. Same with its move pool. So do you guys think it would get... If there was a Mega on this Pokemon, do we think that it would get another... like, all... encompassing weather-related ability? What if it sets Drought and Electric Surge? Psh. Yo, you telling me this is the god of all Pokemon? What's Belly Bolt's ability? Electromorphosis, I think is the name of it. That shit's a crazy ability. Lightning Rod? I don't want to see Lightning Rod. Round it out and give it snow warning. Fuck out of here. Heliolisk would be pretty with wings. Yeah, too bad there's no ability descriptions on this, but I guess it's hard for there to be ability descriptions when the shit is most likely not real. But yeah, I really don't know what they're going to end up doing with Heliolisk. I just hope they change the typing. I never really was that big on electric normal. Not the worst typing ever, but I want it to be electric fire. I think that would be way cool. Electric fire with Drought. That's what I want. Who's getting the gravity setting ability? That's never dropping, unfortunately. Potential gravity ability is never coming out. Just like the Trick Room ability is never coming out. Do we have electric fire? We do. We have Rotom Heat. I believe that's it. Right? Lisk needs speed. It already hits 109 speed, so I feel like it's not that slow at all. Like Walking Wake hits 109, for example, so the speed stat's pretty good. It's just that the bulk is really bad, and it only hits 109 special attack stat, which, like I said, it's not the end of the world. You can get away with 109. Who's the fastest Mega? I think Zam at 150. I think Beedrill's 152. Arrow's 150 as well. Right? All 3 of them are 150, if I recall correctly. Shout out to McDeezy in the chat. Blunder, I got wrangled into an LC Cobblemon tourney this weekend. You or check any shice recommendations? Brother, I don't know shit. Good luck to you. Beedrill's 145. Okay, so then Zam and Arrow are the fastest megas at 150. And then Beedrill and Mega Sceptile are 145. Copy. Okay. Can't wait for Mega Butterfree. I saw a potential leak that said that Mega Butterfree was pulling up next generation. But I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Even though Butterfree's a pretty cool Pokemon. Mega Dragapult, this better be fake. That thing is instant banned if it's real. Like I told y'all, don't go crazy for no reason just yet. Mega Dragapult could end up being balanced if it doesn't get enough of an attack boost and the ability's trash. But yes, I do agree for the most part that it's more likely than not that Mega Dragapult will end up being totally super cracked and overpowered. Because, bro, Dragapult is already the perfect Pokemon with just a 600 BST. We've never had much of a problem getting the most out of Dragapult with only 600 BST, right? I mean, dude, the shit can even go mixed. And mixed Pokemon aren't even good anymore. So, that's just a testament to how fucking consistently strong this thing is. Y'all ever get an ad and press the report ad button to auto skip it? Is that the tech? YouTube be showing me some of the most heinous ads of all time when I'm watching or like waiting for a video to load. YouTube actually shows like really like weird ads, like some filthy ads too. Like I don't even know how that shit's able to be QC'd, but somebody has to do something about YouTube. I know it ain't just me getting some straight weirdo ads. Nah, I be getting some weirdo ads. I might have to get and it's always like some AI shit too. It's like some AI voice or some fake shit. But YouTube is out of control. YouTube's out of control, man. It's R-Kelly on your Wi-Fi influencing the ads. I get mad AI like fake product shit too, like 1 penny scams type shit. I don't even buy anything online, so I don't know why. It's crazy. QC Quavo. Do you think you'll be able to mega multiple mons in Gen 10 like in ZA? Probably. If Mega Evolution is in Gen 10, like it's... I mean, it is going to be in Gen 10. But... yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure... yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to have multiple megas, because that's already been confirmed. I saw Central Leaks post about that, how we're gonna be able to have multiple Pokemon mega. So that'll be fun. I don't know how that's gonna end up working in a competitive medium. They probably won't allow it, because then it would just be only mega Pokemon. So they'll probably only allow the multiple megas in like Legends ZA, so that you can like have fun and like physically see all your megas. But in actual battling, that shit wouldn't exist. It doesn't really make sense. We'll see what happens. I really wonder when the new game's gonna come out. Gen 10, I mean. If it's gonna come out 2026 fall, or if it could potentially come out in the summer. Who knows? Multiple megas works in ZA since the transformation is temporary. You're right, I forgot about that. The Mega Ring had the timer, and it, like, once it goes out, then your Pokemon reverts to original. True. Mega Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, but X Dimension gets the Kanto birds and Y Dimension gets the Galar birds. Imagine Mega Articuno. I was so happy when the birds got alternate forms. Can you imagine them getting Megas too? Get out of here. Anyways, chat. It's 1 a.m. I gotta be up tomorrow early, so I gotta sleep. I got a bunch of shit to do tomorrow. Thank y'all for watching. We're only gonna be able to do a few more discussion streams before Legends ZA comes out, because we're gonna get some information soon. The data mine is OTW. Anyways, make sure you guys like this video. Make sure y'all leave a comment what you think. I'll see y'all soon. Take care.